Alright guys, so this is just going to be a quick shoot you guys summon. So this time around we are going to be looking at Titania, right? So this is from Gundam Battle Operation Cold Fairy. So I think back then there's actually kind of like a collaboration for that. So definitely quite interesting. So this is going to be a blue close combat unit. So let's kind of take a look at what this unit does. So I think overall this is definitely quite an interesting unit to be taking a look at as far as what is capable of bringing to the table. I think this is another one of those instances where this is like another early global release again. So I think we are just gonna continually see this trend going on. So I think we'll definitely get to a time where they will release some of the older standard unit, and those are 1000% for sure skippable. In terms of this one, I can kind of say is quite skippable as well in a way. Even though when we do take a look at skill 1, for example, on taking damage for 6.4 seconds, grant absolute evade status, right? I think to a lot of people that obviously sounds quite good because obviously you can just evade, but do keep that in mind. We have units in game that is able to take that away via the EX skill, like Gundam that gets absolute hit, so that pretty much negates that, so they cancel out each other. So in that point in time, I believe this unit will start taking damage as well, right? So there is not really absolute because there are things that can take that away via EX skill. The strongest aspect of this one is the fact that this is not locked into the EXQ. Is literally you take damage and then you have that. So that's the strongest aspect. But you also do have unit that can inflict the unavoidable status. So I think that also does counter this one as well. So you do have two different methods. If you are seeing this popping up lately in arena, for example, or later in the future, those are obviously some ways to deal with them. So it's not really absolute in a sense because you can still block it, right? So but that's probably the only strongest aspect. When we do take a look at skill 2, for example, as kind of general stuff, on evading for 20 seconds, increase damage by 5.5%. You can stack that up to 5 times, so that's actually not a bad amount. So that's actually pretty nice. And then an EX skill, you do have that gain back as well, so that's actually pretty good. But EX skill wise, you don't really have anything going on, but that is actually quite a big chunk of damage. 704%. That's actually pretty sizable amount right there for sure. All right, that's pretty good. But that is at EX skill level 5, so I mean, sure. But Transcendency skill wise, what are we looking at? So for the first 30 seconds, you do have increased evasion as well, so that's pretty nice. So I mean, do you really need that? I don't really think so, because you are already gaining that absolute evade already. So I mean, like, is it really counterintuitive? I think it is, but sure, we'll just take that. And then we have your per usual 36% beam damage up, and then restore EX QH by 50% when the battle start, and then also gaining HP. Alright, so this is going to be a fairly dodgy unit, and then on top of that you do have HP regen as well. So it is going to take some time to take down this unit if you don't play your cards right. So this is definitely not a unit to, I guess, just let it slide be faced up against this unit, because if you don't play your card right, for example, yeah, you might have this unit coming at you and then you just get burnt really bad. But I think for general content wise, I don't know how I feel about this unit, because the fact that the main source of damage is coming from the EX or the Transcendency skill, having it maxed out, you get that 36%, and then the other avenue is by dodging. So general content wise, let's say the co-op boss, I don't know how frequent you can have it to dodge or have the unit actually attacking you, right? So there are, for PvE content wise, I feel like this unit will definitely excel in many enemy, like 6+ or just 6 in general, because if you have enemy focusing on this unit, it definitely makes it vulnerable to the evasion, so that is going to benefit this unit a lot. So I feel like generally speaking, this unit may not perform as hot. I'm just kind of speculating, you know, talking from the thin air because I don't have this unit, so I'm just kind of taking a look at all the scenario, right? I would just assume this unit would not really perform as good, right? But when we do take a look at the actual weaponry, it's pretty much beam saber in general. So all of them are going to be close combat, so that's actually nice, I guess, in a way. The power modifier in this one is actually quite good. All of them are actually just double S, besides the last one having the double S plus, so that's good. The hit in this one is a 1 hit 2 times. Alright, so 2 slashes is essentially. Alright, so yeah, it's cool. Alright, so let's take a look at the pilot. So I'm not suggesting you guys to summon this one for sure, no. Because next week we are getting a green Liberty unit, so I do wonder what that will be. We'll definitely know by next Monday, but let's take a look at Alma. So she does support a lot. So on the first skill, for blue enemy, 95% melee sense when activated EX skill. Alright, that's, you know, some standard stuff right there. Close combat, increase 38% to melee sense. Alright, that's your typical stuff. And then for the skill 2, ooh, I like to see some accuracy on that. That's good. On evasion for, on evading for 10 seconds, increase accuracy by 13%. You can stack it up to 5 times, so that is actually quite good because you get this. This essentially scale to reaction, right? Or no, it directly counter as onto this. So whatever. Do we have anything on here? No, we don't. But okay, yeah. If that is reaction, is different because reaction would directly goes into this one. So this one, alright, so this one can get a lot up. So 45, right? Is that no, it has to be more than that. 50, right? More than that, maybe. No, hold up. I'm thinking it's like at least like get 60+% if you have your cap out, right? Yeah. All right, yeah, that's that. No, 65%. There you go. All right, yeah, 65%. That's not bad. Capping out. So imagine you are able to dodge a lot within those 10 seconds window. Yeah, for sure you're gonna land a hit. All right, hopefully you do. And then increase evasion for both of them. All right, 1 year war and then high mobility. And then for a prototype, increase melee sense again. I think overall, even if you do summon for Alma, for example, I think she is actually quite a capable pilot because as a whole, when we do take a look at this unit, there are a lot of discretion or the effects that's gonna work. With the exception, I feel like 1 year war may be a niche area because like everything else on this one is perfect. Close combat is a fairly general one. You can toss onto any of your close combat. Prototype, just in general, a lot of them has that. And then obviously being a close quarter unit, high mobility is another common one. So yeah, I mean, this pilot is definitely fairly versatile. I think I can see this pilot being used in many units down the line. So I think actually summon for the pilot is a better option or a better choice if you do decide to do that rather than going for this unit. That's just kind of my take on it. I think Titania is a good experiment for Global Wise right now to get a feel of absolute evasion, but I don't really think it's anything too groundbreaking because of the fact that there are ways to counter it. So I feel like its value it just continue to drop in my defense, right? But Alma, I think she's definitely a very capable pilot, so definitely will not be a bad idea to pick a copy of her if you do want to do that. But other than that, that is going to be pretty much it in terms of the review of Titania and then Alma herself. Other than that, I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.